People can Google stats, so I'll let you do that at home.
Okay.
But what I'm going to tell you about is what I seen firsthand. And it's going to sound like I'm creating a fictional video game character.
Think about his speed, his size.
49-yard game with a 2-yard throw.
It's not how good is he, it's how great is he.
Got to be real careful playing man-to-man against MegaTron.
He's the greatest of our time, and that's my time.
You know, when you think about Calvin Johnson, first thing comes to mind is
Johnson, one story to follow for Detroit tonight.
you're talking about 4.355 and 40 at 237 pounds.
Speed, agility.
That's a beautiful sight. Watching Calvin Johnson go to work.
3 catches and 70 yards, 182 yards to break Rice's record for the most receiving yards in a single season in NFL history.
So he will, in your opinion, go down as the greatest receiver ever when all is said and done?
Yes, I do believe so.
Much like Jerry Rice did in his heyday, he could take a short pass and do a lot of damage with it.
Fans in Detroit chanting Calvin. He's 25 yards away from that record. And the fans sensing it rise to their feet here.
This man is clearly, by far, the most gifted receiver who has ever come along in the history of this league.
He's just different.
MegaTron into the record books. NFL receiving yardage record.
I would venture to say one of the best we've ever seen.
10 catches, 204 yards on the night for Calvin.
He was as hard working in the weight room as anybody we had. And he bought in that this is going to make me better.
I didn't start. That's the thing. I didn't start. It was a
Were you a scrub?
varsity. You could say I was a scrub at the time.
And the legend is born.
With the second pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions take wide receiver Calvin Johnson, Georgia Tech.
I think I might double team number 81.
One-handed stab, Calvin Johnson. A human highlight reel.
Is he was blessed with a special stick when he was created.
Tight end set for Matthew Stafford, who goes out of the gun.
And he has taken those skills and went from good to great.
Dug out by Johnson. Spectacular.
Great to excellent. And is chasing phenomenal.
3rd and 8, Lions just across their own 27. MegaTron 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions. 73 yards on the connection and a bolt of lightning. The Lions have taken the lead here at Ford Field.
And I was seeing greatness every day.
Snap to Matthew Stafford, looks around. Calvin Johnson leaping, grabs the end zone.
You know, I would say there's only a couple wide receivers in the NFL can make that catch because of his height. I don't know if there's a couple that might be just one, and that's Calvin Johnson.
A.J. Green, Antonio Brown, and these boys, they're big time as well, but they ain't MegaTron. They're not on his level.
He's going. Calvin Johnson being chased by 4 Cowboys.
The combination of size, weight, speed, okay, reach, jumping ability. We've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a receiver like Calvin Johnson.
To Johnson, touchdown!
He is a new physical archetype.
I don't know if he'll go down as the greatest of all time. I definitely think he'll have a chance.
Scott Lanahan says, look, here are your options. You can go to Calvin Johnson, you can go to Calvin Johnson, or you can go to Calvin Johnson.
Hey, I actually forget his name is Calvin Johnson. I'm so used to calling him MegaTron.
Calvin Johnson reaches out and makes the catch. Boy, talk about extension. This is the consummate Calvin Johnson. 2 people draped all over him, bringing into sharp focus the size, the speed, the leaping ability.
Did you ever deal with concussion?
Yeah, I don't. Stop
at the 1-yard line. The Detroit Lions.
I don't know how many I've had over my career, you know, but I've definitely had my fair share.
No timeouts left. Time is running.
If you had to guess, put a number.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Touchdown! Calvin Johnson, 329 yards receiving. Second all-time in NFL history to Flipper Anderson, who had 336.
The report is this morning that Calvin Johnson, one of the great wide receiver talents in the history of the National Football League, is going to retire.
I decided to retire based off of the way my body felt.
The natural comparison is Barry Sanders.
Right.
You know, walking away in their prime.
Mm-hmm. This guy broke Jerry Rice's single-season record for receiving yards, and now has called it a career.
Johnson has the most receiving yards and touchdowns for any player in NFL history never to win a playoff game.
Calvin Johnson, all 6'5" of them, has about a 42-inch vertical jump.
What do you think about people comparing you to Barry Sanders, saying I've had enough of this?
I've had enough.
Matthew Stafford sees that he's not open, that there's two defenders down there covering him, and he just alley-ooped
the last play of the game, you see him coming down over 3 people.
No doubt in my mind, he will go down as the best receiver ever to play this game.
And his pass is caught by Calvin Johnson, and he beats everyone.
Is he the second best wide receiver in NFL history right now?
And Wilkins' kick is good, and we're tied at 23 and heading for overtime as time runs out.
After 16 NFL seasons, not many people can say that, but after over 1,000 receptions
from the 31 of Carolina,
there's a good chance his next stop will be at the Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
DeLone fires to an open Smith. Steve Smith is going to go all the way. No flags down.
And Steve Smith, I mean, come on, guys, one of the greatest competitors probably any of us has ever been around.
And the Carolina Panthers win in overtime. 69-yard play.
Unbelievable.